Saggitarius, a very warm welcome. My name's Drew. This is Modern Tarot. This is your January 2025 tarot reading. All right, so this is the first 2 weeks of January, guys. I want to wish you all a very happy new year. I hope you had an amazing festive season and brand new year ahead, right? Those of you that are new here, welcome. And for those of you returning or private clients, welcome. Look, a card has just nipped out of the bud. Some kind of burden, whatever that might mean for you, Sagittarius. But, you know, sometimes cards fly like that, and I never ignore them. You know, it's kind of like some kind of burden. We're gonna go deeper with this reading, guys, and we're gonna get straight into it. There's no messing today on Modern Tarot. I know your time's very limited, and a quick couple of shuffles. One more shuffle, I think, for that. Something's not coming together quite, or some of you might have got back together with people, but it seems like it might not be the same, just for some of you. It might be burdensome for you. Let's have a look. Sagittarius, what's going down for you? I think that's about it, guys. All right, look, you know, some of you might be dealing with Leo. Doesn't have to be, but, you know, we've got patience. Maybe your patience is being tested when I see, like, the Ten of Wands and the Strength card there, okay? So, Sagittarius. Right, center of your reading, we've got the King of Cups in reverse. What's this all about, Sagittarius? This can talk about, you know, you've lost that loving feeling. King of Cups in reverse, it can be emotional manipulation, just for some of you. But, you know, this is like an onion. All right, the challenge, we've got the Sun in reverse. I don't know whether you're that happy emotionally going into January. The reason why it's all happening, we've got the Page of Pentacles in reverse. So the Page of Pentacles in the upright, you know, this is about studying new crafts. This is, it's a page, right? But this is all about study. This can be a card of friendship. In the reverse, it's some of you, if this is to do with work, it's like, you know, you don't really want to start the new year in the same work. Does that make sense? Others of you, the basis of, if this is a relationship, you're kind of unhappy. The loving feeling might be dipping out. And it's kind of like, you know, there's not even friendship at the base of it. Just watch out for that, guys. All right, in the recent past, there might have been give and take. Some of you might have reunited with people and, you know, it started very well and very equal. All right. Your focus, Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Some of you watch your money throughout January, but you're focused on, I think, Sagittarius, you're looking for something solid and stable. If this is about work, so some of you might have taken a financial hit. Some of you might have overspent during the festive season. Normal, right? Yeah, so your focus is a lack of anything stable. This could be a lack of a new job that you were probably hoping would come. All right, what you don't see come in is clarity. This can also be you cutting things out. But, you know, the Ace of Swords is, it's when you get those moments and you just see clearly, you know, there's no fog, there's no brain fog. The Ace of Swords is like, you know, this sword coming down from heaven going, this is the way. So, you know, and it's very upright. So, you know, what you don't see coming, you're going to get very clear in 2025, Sagittarius, about what you want and what you need. Okay, your energetic field, all right, this is the energy that you're giving off around you. It's pretty good. This is one of, even though some of you might be suffering with work projects not coming through, you know, things not getting off the ground, you know, you're kind of like faking it till you make it in January. So this is like, you know, the Five of Pentacles, coming out of the cold. This is not feeling lack. And, you know, it's a great way of manifesting, guys, isn't it? You know, if we're walking around the world and we have these feelings of lack, we're just going to perpetuate more. And that's not great, is it? Outside influences. All right. Again, we've got another card of work, guys, which is the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. So some of you might really want to get your teeth into something, but, you know, there's no opportunities for you, you know. Let's have a look. All right, your fears, Empress in reverse. Some of you are fearing, this could be somebody in your life who is suffering from low self-esteem, and you kind of like fear that. Others of you, the Empress in reverse. So the Empress in the upright, you know, she's amazing. This is like the one, if it's about love. This is, you know, he or she that are in the Empress energy, you know, they walk around the world. They they're very self-assured, but not in a cocky, confident way. It really is take me as you find me. She's very comfortable in her own skin. In reverse, I'm just wondering, Sagittarius, whether some of you are fearing that you'll never meet the one. And the outcome is, some of you might have cancelled travel plans throughout January, just for some of you, travel delays, those kind of things. But the outcome is like, it's like a lack of communication. Fast communication is not really going down. And I'm just wondering whether this is work and some of you have kind of like applied for stuff and you're not hearing back. Hold your horses. We're going to go deeper with this reading, Sagittarius. I know you fire signs, you love to get going, get on with it, right? Right, why is the King of Cups here in reverse? As the center of your reading, Sagittarius, going into 2025, the first 2 weeks. Why is the King of Cups? It can be your emotions might be out of whack, All right, look, the Page of Pentacles has come out again. This is the center of your reading. For some of you, lost that loving feeling and you don't even want to remain friends. Maybe it was burdensome for you to stay friendly with someone. Just for some of you. I'm reading for many of you out there, right? It's not a personal reading. Okay, the challenge is to actually make that, we've got judgment here, which are major life decisions, guys. And it's almost like, these people are naked, they're in coffins and, there's a trumpet being played from the sky. It's like final call, last orders at the bar, that kind of thing, So it's like the challenge is to be very decisive about, the reasons why you're unhappy and what you're going to do about it. All right, look, for some of you, the reason why it's all happening is some of you might have had a really nice connection, but some of you might have realized that, even at the basis of it, we're not great friends, if that's making sense to you guys. With the Page of Pentacles here and the Two of Cups in reverse, it's almost like beautiful connection once upon a time, but are we really friends? Do we have each other's back? Is this someone that I can come home and chill out with a glass of wine and, they've got my back and I commiserate with them and I celebrate with them, But, some of you, in the recent past, I don't want to focus too much on your past, Sagittarius, because this is a brand new year, and I want good stuff for you this year, fast forward movement, and realizing your best lives, if that makes sense. So look, in the recent past, there might have been give and take, and two people here might have been giving, to each other because something wasn't quite ended. Some of you might have got back with people, and it was quite mutual, Okay, look, your focus is, some of you, people might not notice about you, Sagittarius, but some people might some people might not see this in you, but your focus is getting over heartbreak, and it might have something to do with money, your finances, when we got the Ten of Swords here, it's like feeling betrayed. It is a card of betrayal, Some of you, just for some of you here, you might have actually spent a lot of money on back operations, things to do with the back, just for some of you, all right? I'm reading for many of you out there. But anyway, look, your focus is, some of you might have overspent, okay? And that's your focus really right now going into January, all right? Some kind of like major expense. All right, so what you don't see coming to you is some of you might be cutting out the past, anything from the past, the past no longer serves you and it's in the rear view mirror for a reason, just for some of you. All right, look, your energetic field, Sagittarius, the way you're going to be walking around January on this earth plane is, no more lack, and you're going to be freeing yourself from entrapment, which is like mental based, it's like, damn, I don't have enough money, and and you feel trapped by it. And sometimes energy, money's like an energy. We need to spend it to bring it back. So your thoughts and feelings around money might change throughout January, and it's almost like you will start to feel more abundant, even though you might not have a pot to piss in. Does that make sense? Faking it till you make it. Okay, look, outside influences. We've got the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, all right, along with the Five of Wands in reverse. So this is almost like, don't want any drama, don't want to put in any work, you know. If this is relationships, guys, you might be making a decision to let something go. You don't want to put the work in and you don't want any drama, just for some of you Sagittarius. All right. Okay, for some of you, your fears, some of you actually fear letting go of someone who you don't consider as the one. Just for some of you, and it's a fear of yours. Maybe it was once a beautiful connection, but you realize that, there might be fundamental differences here. We're not friends, at the basis of what we had going, even though it was beautiful. And it might be a little fear of yours to let that go, to let somebody go, Sagittarius, male or female. All right, but the outcome is, all right, there might be silence. There's no communication, all right? Some of you might be dealing with somebody fairly spiritual, Sagittarius, just saying. But we've got the Knight of Swords in reverse along with the High Priestess. So this is almost like you might not be speaking your truth. You might be keeping a lot in. You might be quite secretive throughout January, the first couple of weeks of January, because, you're trying to work out, why do I feel so burdened? Maybe I got back into situations and gave again because I didn't feel that they were over. But, I come to realize that at the basis of this, we're not even great friends. Just for some of you, okay? If this is about love, guys, if this is about love, Sagittarius, let's take a card on that, right? And just go a little bit deeper with that. And then I'm going to give you, do a little spread on advice, things that you could work on, little tweaks that you can make, and just anything that the cards want to reveal, in order for you to have a little bit of guidance, right? So, Sagittarius. New love, okay? A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. It's in reverse. Okay, so like I said, for some of you might have got back. This isn't someone new. Some of you might have rekindled with people over the festive period, but secretly you're kind of like thinking, are we a good match? And although it was beautiful once upon a time, I don't know whether they're the one, but I'm scared to let it go. Just for some of you. All right. I want to take some more cards on that. Why is the King of Cups and the Page of Pentacles in reverse here as the center of your reading, Sagittarius? And as always, guys, this is a general reading. This isn't a personal reading. So, just take what resonates, leave the rest behind, let it sit like airing a bottle of fine wine or percolating a great coffee from Java, right? So let's have a look at this. Yeah, there's a lack of coming together even in the cards, guys. I mean, I'm just wondering whether, with all great intentions, you might have reunited with some people, Sagittarius, but are you a good fit? Maybe that time apart that you had, I do my best to avoid you at all costs. All right, it came out in the reverse. Maybe just for some of you guys, it's hard to avoid someone. Maybe you're in the same vicinity and you can't help but interact with them. And you thought it was like, a cool thing to do just to be amicable and friendly, but it might be a bit burdensome. It might kind of take away a little bit from your freedom, Sagittarius. I know you guys love to be social and free. I'll take one more card on that for you. I hope this is resonating, guys. Leave your comments down below, as always. I always read them and like to get to know, what's going down for you. It's all too fresh. I need some time and space away from this. I'm just wondering whether, it's hard to avoid you and I need time and space away from it. I'm just wondering whether that is the burden that, it's very hard. If you're dating people in the vicinity, you go to local coffee shops, you go to the same places. And then when you're dating someone, you get to know all those friends too. It becomes a little bit problematic in, that's my turf, my stomping ground, and I don't want to avoid that because that was my life. But, if it's hard to avoid someone that kind of shows up in the same vicinity and you're thinking, I need time and space away from this to really contemplate, do I want to let go of the past? Even though it's something beautiful there, are we really good friends at the end of the day? And why is all this happening? Give me a card here. All right, some of you, just for some of you, all right, you might have dealt with, we've got caretaker enabler, and maybe that's the burden. Maybe you felt that you were a bit of an enabler or a caretaker towards somebody that might have been depressed at times, Sagittarius, just for some of you, okay? So, that can be a bit burdensome. But no judgment here on Modern Tarot. We all go through stuff, right? So empathy is very important. Let's have a look at this now. So Sagittarius, it seems to be, some of you, it might be, a little bit of financial issues, going on in January. It's not all negative, guys. It's not a negative reading. It looks like change, There's going to be major changes for you in January. It looks like you're making major life decisions. You might be being a bit secretive and not communicating about it. Some of you maybe cancelled travel plans. Forgiveness. Letting go, healing, growth, and compassion, Sagittarius. Forgive yourself. In all situations, and forgive the other party. If this is something that you don't want to let something go, but you don't want to be nasty, a bitch or a bastard about it. And you're kind of like a little bit fearful of letting someone down or letting someone go. But your energetic field is one of subconsciously wanting to free yourself. I'm going to take this deck, guys, and I just want some advice for you in anything that's going to be, coming down for you in January 2025, right? Let's have a look at this. Saggis, some advice for you throughout 2025, what to watch out for, and maybe little things that you can do just to, help in any way, shape, or form, right? So, your advice. Okay, look, your advice is, we've got the Six of Swords in reverse. If this comes out in the advice, don't make any rash decisions, Sagittarius, okay? This is a card of moving on, a card of moving away to peaceful, calm waters. It can also say, maybe it's not the time to travel just yet. For some of you, don't make any rash decisions when it comes to this, make healthy choices in love. Like we have the Two of Cups here, and then we got the Lovers. Okay, this is the card of Gemini. They might have Gemini in their chart somewhere along the line, but this is about making healthy choices in love. Don't be too rash. I think really what it's saying, we've got the Ten of Cups in reverse here. Okay, it's saying the advice is, not to be rash and move away from somebody and let someone go. The reason why it's a fear of yours is because, maybe there's still feelings there. Even though you don't feel that happy in the situation, you kind of like want to free yourself, Sagittarius. But these cards are suggesting don't quite move away just yet. Don't make any rash decisions. Let it sit for a little bit longer. Focus on your coin, getting yourself back on track if you've had major expenses throughout the festive season, and we all do, right? And those of you that are self-employed, when you take time off at the festive season and you're buying presents and you're entertaining yourself and your loved ones, it's not recuperated, right? Because you're not working. It's not like you're salaried and you get paid holidays. So, spend January like most of the mere mortals, just recuperating your finances, getting your finances back in order. And, kind of like sit with this person that seems to be around you, seemed to be a nice connection at one point. One more card of advice for you, Sagittarius. Let's have a look at this. And, very often we can actually split up with people or take time away from people, and then, we slip back into the familiarity of someone only to realize that, oh my God, I learned a lot in that break and I'm not so sure this is the right thing. So you might be second guessing yourself, Sagittarius, okay? Service. I feel good when I can help others. I'm just wondering with some of you guys, it came out someone that might be depressed a little bit at times, and there was caregiving, those two cards. I'm just wondering whether, push on through. It's great to give and it's great to help and support people. If you're but if you're being exhausted, then maybe it's time to, hold off on the caretaking, the enabling, because it can be very draining. And what good is it to have two people that are very low on their resources, emotionally, physically, spiritually? One has to raise the other, but the other actually needs to fill his own cup, his or her own cup as well, right? So, if you were a song, Sagittarius, going into January, first couple of weeks, it's not a negative reading, guys, all right? It might seem like they're negative subjects, but it's not. It's life, right? And, they all go into our toolbox, of life experiences and been there, seen that, done that, what did I learn from it? They're all learning curves. All right, look, we've got here, Shania Twain, You're Still the One. And then we got Home by Michael Bublé. Okay, so I'm just wondering, Sagittarius, don't be too rash with your decision to walk away from someone. Even though you might feel a bit burdened, it might be your work situation is getting you down, and, don't take it out on those you love. So I reckon January is going to be a case of sitting tight, take time out and kind of like fill your own cup and really contemplate things. Don't make any rash decisions, okay? Yeah, I think it's, the card of patience came out for you guys. So be patient, all right? So look, Sag, my name's Drew. This is Modern Tarot. If you like the content, please like, share, or subscribe. It means I can continue to do this for free for you. In the meantime, Happy New Year. Have an amazing 2025. And I'll see you mid-January, 15th to the 31st for your mid-month check-ins. In the meantime, take it easy, Sag. I'll see you again soon. Bye now.